guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing good. Sorry if the light changes throughout this video. Half the sky is literally black and then it's sunny, so you know, we're just going to go with it. I just wanted this to be a really chilled sit down video. If this is not for you, don't worry, click off, it's not a problem. But I just wanted to update you guys on my health. I know if you've been here a while, you'll know I've got a few things going on. And now another thing to add to the collection, so that's great. If you haven't been here before, then I'll just do a quick run through of what's already going on, and now obviously what has been added to the situation. So I'm hoping this isn't going to be too long of a video and it's not too boring for you. But yes, if you are new, hi, my name's Lauren, welcome to the channel. I'd love for you to go down there, hit that subscribe button, join the LME fam. We've got fashion, food, bargains, chats, all sorts. Wednesdays and Sundays is when I post, so I'd really appreciate if you stuck around. And yeah, let's get into this video. I don't know how this is going to play out because I don't do sit down, just talk videos often. So we're just going to go with it and hope for the best. So, first thing that started off the whole health journey was my skin. If you have been here, then you'll have seen it. If you haven't, then I will link all videos that I talk about or anything related to what I talk about down in the description box. So my skin started playing up at the end of like 2019 really bad. I already knew I had like rosacea across the nose and the cheek area. I'm not going to go too much into detail, like I said, we have got videos for that. And it just got progressively worse and worse, and then my skin was like covered, and I don't really understand whatever really triggered that. There was nothing specific. I came off gluten, I came off wheat, I came off literally everything to try and figure out if it was something that I was like intolerant to. Also, I do suffer with a stomach condition. I won't say it's a condition, it's really severe IBS. I'm still ongoing with that at the moment. We'll get into it in a second. Oh, I'm such a rambler, I don't know how this video is going to play out. Anyway, so the skin situation was bad. I went to the doctors, you know, they weren't really doing much, they didn't know what to do. In the end, it got to January of 2020 and my skin was just so bad. And, you know, you don't, like, you're not a bad person because your skin's bad, but you just feel like people look at you and think, oh, like, you don't wash your face. And, you know, all the regular stuff, like if you've got acne or anything like that, then that's what you think in your head when really it's not that big of a deal. But to you at the time, of course, when it is really bad, it is. Then if you put makeup on, it just looks worse, and it's just... Anyway, so I then did speak to my doctor. We ended up changing my pill, which the pill I've moved on to now, I'm just saying this for references, I'm not saying this is right or wrong. If you're on something else and it works for you, great. But if you are experiencing any of the problems, like anything that I've said, then maybe these kind of things might help you. And I'm actually on the Gederel pill now. Been on this since around, I think, March-ish last year. I don't know times exactly. I don't keep note of these things. I really, really should. And so far, so good. I still get really bad period pains and headaches, but nothing new there. I've been getting that forever. So it did seem to help a little bit with my skin, but then also, you'll know if you watch the skin transformation video, that I was then diagnosed with an underactive thyroid. Great. Which also helped me understand why possibly I was so tired all the time. My skin was really bad, really dry. All those kind of things point to an underactive thyroid, which is something that I never even considered, but my bloods came back not great, so then that was the next thing. So now I've got terrible skin and I've got an underactive thyroid, which means I need to take all the medication for the rest of my life, basically. So with my thyroid, I don't get any pain or anything like that. There's nothing that really I feel about it, to be honest. I'm a bit tired sometimes, but apart from that, it's not affected my life massively. I do have to take a tablet every day now forever, basically, and I take the levothyroxine. I don't know how you pronounce that, but again, this is the medication I now have to take forever, which is fantastic. But if you do have a thyroid problem, you'll know you now get your prescriptions for free, so yay me, love that for us. But yeah, that doesn't make too much difference to my life. Like I said, I always have I already have like a really bad stomach. From about 14 I noticed that this might be too much for some people. If I need to go to the toilet, I need to go to the toilet like right then. And I don't get massive pain with it, so I've tried the whole Buscopan, all that stuff. It's not really painful as such, but I just need to go to the toilet like then and there. So it makes it a little bit hard when you got to go places and you know there's no toilets. Like that freaks me out a little bit, because then I start to get panicky, and then obviously when you panic, everything else gets worse. So it's not ideal. I am in scans at the moment. I had a scan on my upper abdominal a couple of weeks ago. That came back clear. I'm waiting for my appointment next week for a scan on the lower half of my stomach, because I've been experiencing some pain that is kind of continuous, but some days it's like really dull, other days it's quite sharp, and it seems to move around my stomach, which makes no sense to me at all. I don't really understand what's going on. But I've managed to be able to control my stomach a little bit better just by knowing how I feel about it, knowing that if I get anxious it makes it worse, knowing that, you know, I don't even really know how to explain it, just knowing my own body as such, as I would say, and I'm able to get in the mental state of like, right Loz, like chill out, you know, it's, at the end of the day, what can you do? Try and be as chill as possible. Nearly everywhere I go has got toilets in the vicinity. Like, it's just a bit of a ball ache to think about something like that. Like, when I used to have to get buses and stuff, oh my god, it used to be a nightmare. Like, I don't want to go into it too much, but I remember one time I had to get the bus to my optician's appointment, which the bus journey was about half an hour, and literally from getting on the bus I thought, I need the toilet now. And it was a struggle to make it to the destination where there was a toilet. I was literally sweating, I was freaking out, because what can you do? Where are you going to go? You're on a bus, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? But then obviously when you panic, it makes it 10 times worse, and you know, I've had a few situations like that in the past, but you know, what can you do? That's not what we're here to talk about. So the addition to those things already is I've recently been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, which is a bit mad and a bit of a shock. I don't really know what to say, to be honest. Yeah, I was quite shocked. So I obviously have bloods regularly for my thyroid just to check that everything's okay. And then I had a blood test maybe about a month ago, and they weren't really happy with the results. The blood sugars were high, of course. So then I did a fasted blood test, still high, and then did a HABAH something. I really should get to grips with what it actually means, but I'm still coming to terms with the fact I've got diabetes. And that just traces your blood sugars throughout your blood in general, not just, you know, if you ate something sugary the day before or so on and so on. That just like is like a level of blood sugars, and that was still high, so that did determine that I actually do have type 2 diabetes, which, like I said, was a bit of a shock to the system, because I'm relatively healthy. I mean, I eat a lot, I like to eat, but I wouldn't say I'm like massively crazy when I eat sweet things or anything like that. I would just say it's pretty normal. Like, some days I fancy a couple of chocolate bars and some days I don't, so it was a little bit of a shock to me, like I said. I'm currently waiting to see a specialist next week when you see this. So I'm going to speak to her. Obviously, she's going to speak me through like diet and things like that. I have actually changed up my diet since speaking to my doctor, which was about 2 weeks ago. So, or 2.5 weeks ago, I spoke to my doctor. And since then, I have changed up my diet slightly, of course. I've been very careful with the sugar intake and also carbs, which I didn't realise, because I've been researching across the internet, of course, what to eat, what not to eat. To an extent, I'm not going to completely just cut out everything, because even my doctor said that's, you know, not a healthy thing to do. She said, I'm not going to sit here and tell you never to eat chocolate again. Just be mindful of what you are eating and if you can cut it out in some places. So, of course, that's what I'm trying to do. So as of now, the doctor has put me on medication for this. So I'm taking 1 tablet a day with my main meal. The medication that she has put me on, which I think is quite like an overall, quite a well-known tablet for people with diabetes, is the metformin. I only have to take one of these a day. My diabetes is quite mild, she said, so of course that's great. And with type 2, you can kind of reverse it a little bit. So if I do all the things that I'm meant to do, I will be able to come off medication, and they'll just have to keep monitoring me for things like kidney failure, you know, heart problems, those kind of things that people with diabetes are at slightly more risk of. So I'm on medication. She told me if I can drop some weight, then I will be able to be taken off the medication and just monitored, like I just mentioned. I'm not massive by any means, but every single time I get weighed for the pill, my BMI is overweight, but isn't everybody's, really. So yeah, taking tablets at the moment, trying to lose some weight. I've actually been doing 10,000 steps a day just to, you know, get kick-started with fitness. Obviously, I've not been to the gym for a long time. I'm back in work at my normal routine, so that's obviously more walking, more moving about. But yeah, I've been doing 10,000 steps a day for the past 15 days, making sure I get it in. If I've not got it in the day, Dan walks with me at night just to make sure I can get it in. I'm just trying to really be conscious. So hopefully, by the time I see the doctor next week, I will have actually dropped a few pounds maybe, because I've been eating really well, making sure I get all those green veggies in, making sure I've dropped on the carbs. So if I have like toast in the morning, I don't have then bread for lunch and bread for dinner, which I can do sometimes, you know, it's easy, isn't it? Sandwiches, toast, anything. So I've been trying to, you know, play around with carbs a little bit and be a little bit more thoughtful in that process. I've also pretty much dropped sugar completely. I mean, some days I do fancy a little biscuit, so I think last week I had 3 custard creams in the week, and then one of the little girls I look after made some cake, so I made an exception to eat a cake, of course, but I've really been trying to focus on trying not to have sugar. I drink sugar-free cans anyway. I drink water pretty much all the way through the day, and then sometimes I just fancy a bit of like a fizzy drink at night or at the weekend, but I just drink Coke Zero or anything zero to obviously cut out all the sugar. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm partial to a Coca-Cola and I do like the full fat one, but I have definitely told myself that is not happening anymore, unfortunately, because the amount of sugar in that drink is ridiculous, but it tastes so good. But I've completely cut that out. Like I said, I've cut out snacking. I've also found, I should have brought them up actually, sugar-free biscuits in B&M. I think it's Gullion. I don't know, there's an accent on the O, I don't know how you pronounce that, which I am showing you in a haul coming next week, so if you are interested, stay tuned for that. So, really excited I found sugar-free biscuits, and they actually taste really good. Like, to me, they taste the same. So, I'm really happy about that. I've also decided I'm going to start baking, so I can bake things like keto, brownies, sugar-free stuff, so that if I have a bit of a sweet tooth, I can just grab something that I've made. So I'm going to be a baker now, guys. Catch me on Bake Off next year. Just kidding, I won't go that far. But yes, I don't want to ramble too long and get like crazy into this. If you guys do have any questions, always message me. If I get a load of questions, I'll maybe do a Q&A on it. Like I said, I'm very new to this. I am by no means a doctor. I am not well educated on this at all. I've just very recently, of course, found out. So I'm still getting to know everything. And when I speak to the doctor, of course, I'll know a bit more. If you guys do know a lot about it, or there's any tips and tricks that you find, or you know someone that does, then definitely leave them down below. I'd be really open to looking into all those things, because like I said, didn't know this was going to happen. You know, I thought I was relatively healthy apart from, of course, my thyroid and stuff. I'm quite young. I wouldn't say I'm quite fit, but, you know, I'm not unfit massively. I'm quite slim-ish. You know, I'm not massively overweight, but clearly I am a bit overweight, so cheers, doc. But, yeah, so I'm trying my best to combat it the ways the doctors have told me. I just wanted to give you guys an update on what's going on, because maybe I'll do some recipes for like sugar-free stuff in the future if that's something you guys would be into, or if not, let me know. But I just wanted to put it in because obviously things will be changing. If I do anything to do with food or anything like that, then it might be a little bit different to what it would have used to be. But yeah, thank you so much if you're still here after that rambling, because I know I say but yeah constantly and So sorry, I hope this video has made some sort of sense to you. I just wanted to give you an update. If you did enjoy it or it was beneficial to you, please do give it a big thumbs up, because I love to know what you guys enjoy, what you don't, what's good for you, what you don't want to see on this channel. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for more videos. Bye guys.